and welcome back to Jersey Shore, where we're now on to season 2 of Jersey Shore. So let's get into it. We're most likely going to be doing episodes 1 and 2 for this episode, so let's get into it. So we're going to Miami. Welcome to Miami. Because it's freezing cold, y'all, so we're getting the hell out of the East Coast. Polly and Mike are going to be road tripping, as well as Snooki and Jenny. So Snooki has a boyfriend. His name is Emilio. So we're not going to be seeing much of Emilio. I can tell you that right now. Sammy and Ron, as an update, they're not together. They did not survive the reunion, as I think we can all see that was where that was heading. And then this is where we get introduced finally to Uncle Nino. Uncle Nino is everything. I love Uncle Nino. So we're going to be seeing a little more of him moving on forward for the next 15 years. Polly and Angelina. We find out because Angelina's coming back for season 2. This is the last season we have with Angelina. And, well, until family vacation. Apparently, her and Polly hooked up. Like, they did the deed. I mean, I do the deed too with Polly. Let's be real. Anyway, Mike and Polly, while they're road tripping, they end up buying fireworks in South Carolina because apparently it is legal in South Carolina. So that's what they're doing. So they go out into this field to go do that. And they get stuck in the mud while going into the cornfields to set off said fireworks. So they call AAA to come out and help them out. But then AAA gets stuck. And Mike's like, who does AAA call when AAA gets stuck? AAA. So while they're dealing with that in South Carolina, the girls are in Savannah, Georgia. And this is where we get introduced to Frad Pickles. And I feel like maybe I'm incorrect, but I feel like I never heard of a fried pickle prior to this particular show coming out and doing that. And fried pickles became like a serious thing after that. I don't like pickles at all, so I don't eat fried pickle, but my mom loves fried pickles. So I feel like that was just never a thing you heard of prior to Jersey Shore. But anyway, this guy comes on over and is, kind of being flirty with the girls. And he comes over with some shots. And they're like, hey, do you know how to fist pump? And he's like, I mean, I've never fist pumped before, but I guess I can give it a try. I don't know if that's what he sounds like, but anyways. And then all of a sudden this guy, like, okay, if anything, y'all need to find this episode, fast forward to this part, and see what this man did. This man did this weird ass convulsion thing and just like he was possessed, like rolling his head and shit. And then he just starts convulsing. This man is not fist pumping. This man's whole body's into it. Where it's like, you just need your arm. You don't need to put your whole ass torso and shit into the situation. I see what I did there. Mike and Polly, meanwhile, are the first ones there. Even though they got stuck out in the mud, they've managed to get to Florida before everyone else. Then we see Angelina showing up, and then the guys are like, oh shit. And she's like, hey, were you guys sleeping? I come up with you. And they're like, oh yeah? Okay. Like, all they want to do is hook up and bring girls back, and here's Angelina in the room with them. What the fuck? So that's basically where that's going, because as we know, Angelina's a cock block. So this is going to be good. So then Ron shows up, and Sammy's already here, and when he sees her, he just goes in and he hugs her, which it bothered me then and it bothers me now. I mean, I get why you do it, like, you're putting your best foot forward, but I feel like it just sent the wrong signals, which leads us into the fuckery that will ensue in this season. So then there was tension with Jenny and Snooki and Angelina, like it's Jenny, Snooki, and with Angelina, because apparently Angelina's been talking mad shit about, well, everybody, especially the girls. So they are just not about it. Like, what the fuck is this bitch even here? And then we're, getting acquainted with everything, getting used to being around everybody. And this is when we kind of have some of the really, really and truly the Polly D sayings kind of coming out here. And this is where we get Cavs are here, Cavs are here. This is where it's born in season 2, episode 1 of Jersey Shore. So we'll get more of that, obviously, as we go. Then the girls are in the cab. They're in their own cab. The guys are in their cab. The girls are in their own cab, heading to the club. And the girls are kind of talking to Sammy about Ron because obviously this is a really weird situation, being in a house with your ex-boyfriend after all of the nonsense that's happened. Like, this is weird, right? And then Angelina just out of fucking nowhere is just like, oh, wait, are we talking about guys? Oh, yeah, because that's why I left and you guys had a problem with that. And they're all like, what? We're not even fucking talking about you. We don't give a fuck. And they just start arguing, like yelling at each other. Snooki's like screaming. Jenny's like, you want to take this outside? We can take this the fuck outside. And she's like, we're not moving van. And the guy's cab, quiet. You could hear a pin drop. And that's, Angelina's like, that's trashy. And Jenny's like, you should know about trashy. You're from Staten Island. And I said, shit. Yikes. Damn. Burn. Like, whoa. Then Sammy and Ron, because let's keep the fights going, they start fighting. Night 1, y'all. It is night fucking 1 and they're already arguing with each other. And it carries out into the cab. And Ron is kind of like, oh yeah, you're acting like a c-. This asshole calls Sammy a c-. The only c- I see in this situation is you, Ron. What the fuck? And the poor girl doesn't even know what to say. I think she's so stunned by the fact that this man actually had the audacity to call her this, that she's just stunned into silence. And I think that's why he did it, because he knew that she would be stunned into silence. Gross behavior. Anyway, so then at this point, the guys, so Mike, Polly, Vinny, Ron, and Angelina go to Bed, capital BED, which is the club here in Miami. And this is where all the shit is starting. And that's the end of episode 1.